Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Swing and a miss! A no-hitter in the WPIAL championship game.
The Mohawk Warriors have knocked off the fourth-time defending champion and are champions again.
The Neshannock Wildcats are the WPIAL champions.
Elwood City, WPIAL champ history.
Cox with it. Cox all the way in the jam again. The Red Hurricanes storming their way to another title. Swing and a miss. A one-hit masterpiece.
Turn. Vegas and Maples keeping himself coming near side. Can they hit him? No! I think he got in! He's down! Will he get it for the state championship?
Strike three called. Put another notch in the belt for Laurel Spartans three-peat.
And Neshannock is the 2021 2A Girls Champion.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
As I get my defense done, I'll be happy.
Coming to you live from a wet and rainy Bessemer, Pennsylvania. We have high school softball here at the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. I'm James Dawson alongside Lee Moe, trying to get our lineup cards situated, trying to get everything ready to go. So we're going to start a little bit early with inclement weather all in the area. It's been sprinkling for about the past 45 minutes as the teams have been warming up, but we have a bit of a break in the action momentarily.
We do?
Just enough of one. That weather hopefully will not play too much of a factor. We also have the Mohawk boys game just over our shoulder. This is a Class 2A Section 4 matchup between Neshannock, who is 2-0 in section play, 2-0 overall. Mohawk at 3-1 in the section, 3-2 in their overall rankings here on our Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George pregame show. Thank you to LGKG for all they do for us. Visit them online at lgkg.com. Lee Moe, at this point, with the number of games that have been postponed, especially for Neshannock, I know they have a lot of players missing today.
Yeah, they have 4 missing because of an FBLA meeting. They're all out of town, including the Fordham recruit, Malia Nogue. So it should be, the coach is trying to, we talked about the last time, sort of duct taping everything together. Obviously, the North Allegheny broadcast, they were missing, Coach Shaw was missing players, a duct tape, wire, and everything else you can put together a lineup. It's what they're going to have to do here in Neshannock today to try to pull out a victory. Only two games this year for them.
It's incredible.
Yes.
And you mentioned No Nalia, the Fordham commit. She has not played in any of the games this year, so just imagine that. But you have a 2-0 team, and you have a pair of freshmen who will be in the circle here today.
And Neshannock has scored 39 runs in 2 games.
First pitch in there for a called strike. Time of first pitch of 4:27, so starting a little bit early as you would expect, but in there for strike 1 to Nogue. We'll try to keep the count as up there as best as we can throughout the course of this game. Second pitch in there, swung on and fouled right towards us. Heads up, Lee. It's going to fall just in fair territory for the first out of the game. Caught there by Matty Wise in left field for out number 1. Off the bat, thought that was going to tail a lot more towards us.
I had to have the ball up, so.
The protection. We'll get the full starting lineup here in a moment. Now 1 down here in the top of the first inning. Number 2 batter in there. Taking a ball inside is sophomore Kat Nativio, so no seniors in the lineup today for Neshannock. Again, Malia Nogue, one of the top players in all of Class 2A, again going to Fordham, will not be playing here today.
Even though I thought she was here.
Well, Nalia and Erilyn. I'll tell you what, the younger sister too, also a great ball player. And all could be interchangeable if you put a uniform, and especially if you have a hat on each one of them. This one inside actually hits off the bat. The knob of the bat makes the count 1 and 2 to Nativia. Bus garage right behind us here as we stand down the left field line with Rob Nattell, our cameraman, working from the outfield. 1-2 the count. Gigi Cower, the freshman pitcher. This one down the dirt, 2-2. Nogay Nativio, Addie Fry, a freshman, hitting third. Gabby Quinn, the cleanup. Gabby Parad, the catcher. Hunter Newman, the first baseman, batting sixth. And 7, 8, 9 is Ali Giordano, Jaden Malaysia, and Katie DiMuccio. Nogay Nativio, Fry, Quinn, Parad, Newman, Giordano, Malaysia, and DiMuccio. This one fisted towards short, and good range there from Erica Young to make the catch on the line out for the second out of this opening inning. 2 up, 2 down. And now coming to the plate, the 3-hitter, pitcher Addie Fry. Neshannock a year ago. A strong performance, making it to the quarterfinals of the WPIAL playoffs, losing in the bottom of the 7th inning to one of the top teams in the district in Ligonier Valley, one of the top pitchers.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. She's a senior this year.
She had 9, actually 10 no-hitters after the playoffs were all said and done.
It was insane.
That one swung on and missed, so quickly up 0-2.
Yeah, I got the privilege to see her pitch. She was really good. As advertised.
No balls, 2 strikes. Cower enters the circle, goes with the rise ball, misses upstairs. Now 1-2 the count.
I think I might be semi-set.
Semi?
Semi. That's about it, too. Look through the holes of the fence and... Thanks for Rob Nattell coming out tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank God.
This one misses just down and in. 2-2 the count. Mr. Presner behind the plate. Andy Bruno on the bases. Our umpires here today. We'll take a look at the LGKG defensive alignment here momentarily for Mohawk.
And no Henry sighting, which is a good thing.
This one ripped down the third base line, but foul right at it. Count will remain 2-2.
Now remember, don't stick your hand over the fence because we don't want to be part of that, the rolling of interference, fan interference or anything like that.
No Bartman is what you're telling me?
Yeah, please.
Do our best.
No Bartman. There you go.
The 2-2. This is upstairs, so the count runs full here to the 3-batter in the top of the first inning.
You're going to need a lot of softballs here today because once that ball hits the grass, they'll need a new ball because it's muddy in spots. Not as bad as the Mohawk baseball field the other day.
No. Count full to Addie Fry. Pitcher against pitcher, freshman against freshman. And misses just down and in for a 2-out walk drawn by Neshannock.
Yeah, let's see. We don't think we will have many courtesy runners today, but we will. And I'll try to come up with a number for you there, Mr. Dotson.
Appreciate that as Gabby Quinn, the third baseman, comes up hitting in the cleanup spot.
Would number 10 make sense?
First pitch misses high and outside.
Definitely number 10.
Number 10.
So we'll come up with that in our roster here.
We have the digital lineups as everything has been very much Alina Frengel running at first base.
Right on cue.
Right on cue is right, since this one swung on and missed. Frengel, big secondary lead off the bag, has to hustle back. So no Henry Frengel sighting, but...
That's a good thing. I'll see him enough this summer.
These two teams split in their games a year ago. 2 close games. Runner off with the pitch. Sliding in there safely with the swiped bag is Frengel.
She's definitely faster than her dad.
Now, is that allowed to be said?
I just did.
I guess so.
Henry expects it, okay? I get at least one jab in, and that's it. The rest of it, I'm good.
1-2 the count. Off-speed
Good
pitch
change.
called strike 3 on the outside corner to end the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits. There was a walk, but that runner stranded in scoring position. Heading to the bottom of the first inning, Neshannock 0 and Mohawk coming up to bat. Let's take a look at the batting order for the Mohawk Warriors. Their coach Hank Pizzullo. Leading off is second baseman Ava Nolf, batting second to third baseman Olivia Hare. Shortstop sophomore Erica Young hits third. Pitcher Gigi Cower, the freshman, hits in the fourth spot. Her battery mate Hannah Gallagher, the catcher, hits fifth. Maya McGreal, the center fielder, will hit sixth. Maddie Wise, will hit seventh. She plays in left field. Cassidy Lehman, the right fielder, hits eighth, and Addie Stivers, the first baseman, will bat ninth. Nolf, Hare, Young, Cower, Gallagher, McGreal, Wise, Lehman, and Stivers. For Mohawk, both teams using a straight 9, not using the DP here today, Lee.
Yeah, the flex, amen. I'm not a big fan of the flex, as you can tell. but it's a lot better than the DH in baseball, because the flex, it's a lot simpler than the DH.
Well, only when you have someone like Coach Nick Mariano who's using the rule to the best of his abilities, like we saw in the game here last week.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of, and I understand why they do it. You know, they want to get as many kids in as the game as possible, and the creative ways to be able to do it. I'm just not a big fan of it. You know, myself, I like the Major League Baseball rules. You're in, you're done. You know, but I mean, I understand at this level for sure. You know, you want to get as many people in as you can. Addie Fry's gonna be on the mound. Parad's behind the plate. Hunter Newman at first. Giordano at second. Noga at short. Quinn at third. From left to right, Malaysia, Nativo, and Demetrio.
There's your defensive alignment. Great defense from LGKG, the law offices of Luxembourg, Garber, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years.
Now, hopefully they can keep the rain away for the next hour and a half.
That would be glorious.
Yes. Please give them a call.
So on the mound again, a freshman, Addie Fry. Really impressive to see freshman and getting the nod immediately, and you usually have a class like that, Lee, that has someone who has been pitching that entire time through, and sometimes that ends up being your best option when you get to the high school level, and she goes right in there with a first pitch strike.
Boy, nice speed on that fastball right off the bat, let her high.
Yeah, good velocity. I'll tell you what, though, Neshannock does have a good 1B, if you want to say it too, and Abigail Measle, who pitched as a freshman last year for Neshannock for the entire year. Bunt taken by the first baseman Newman, and good play on the 3-4 to retire Ava Nolf for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Nolf committed a little bit too early on that bunt, and Newman really got a nice charge on that and made it look easy.
Newman to Giordano, two of the players that were on that state championship basketball team, as is the aforementioned Measle. Gabby Quinn at third base is part of the team as well. Of course, Erilyn Nogue, the starting shortstop, who came charging in as freshman Olivia Hare squared but then pulled back.
Yeah, Hunter had a really nice championship game. Of course, the whole squad did, to say the least. I just got to watch Coach G's celebration in the swing and the miss on Twitter today, coming into the locker room getting sprayed with all the water bottles.
That celebration took a long time of having to wait and get through all the interviews and just waiting. Like, come on.
42 years. Finally getting that state title.
Can't believe it took that long.
No, I know.
This one misses upstairs. 2-1 now, the count to Olivia Hare.
But well deserved, though. Nice softball field here.
Yeah, it is. Fields here have always drained very, very well, which is extremely nice to see. 2-2 now, the count in the bottom of the first inning. Erica Young, the sophomore shortstop, in the on-deck circle. Full count here now. To Olivia Hare. A freshman-heavy team. Well, half of the roster is freshmen here from Mohawk. Swung on and missed for strike 3. First punch-out of the day. And 2 up, 2 down. Now for Mohawk in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, you mentioned Erica Young coming up on the basketball team. That basketball team that AD Rome Moncrief coaches, and the surprise upset first-round victory and almost pulled the second-round victory off also. Up and coming. She's also on the cross-country team, which has been very good lately.
Yes, it has. WPIAL gold a year ago, silver this year. A couple state medals in there as well. The spark plug is Erica Young, who had a walk-off hit in their game over the weekend. This one popped up on the infield, and it's going to be the catcher trying to make the scoop catch and unable to do so. Tough to get out there from Gabby Perrod from behind the dish, but she called it and ended up giving up the error.
Yeah, unfortunately. She tried to make the basket catch, and this one thing as a catcher you're not supposed to be doing, or any position anyways, making that basket catch, you know, so unfortunately a mistake. So let's see if Gigi Kyer steps in. She'll try to get this runner around.
Cower, freshman, in there. Got both pitchers hitting in the top 3 or 4 in the order, too. I mean,
Yeah.
Impressive stuff that we're going to see for the next 4 years, you would assume, from these two. Swung on and missed. Runner off with the pitch, and sliding in there with a little hook slide is Erica Young with the swipe bag. But 0-2 the count now. Maybe Cower with a bit of a safety swing to try to protect the runner. But now 0-2 the count. 2 Cower. Pitch from Fry misses high and away. Runner off with the pitch again and sliding in around the tag. Back-to-back stolen bases, and now just 60 feet away.
Interesting. They try to steal third with 2 outs. She's got a great jump, though.
Well, sometimes you put a lot of trust in your players, and if they can get a good read.
Oh, yeah.
Check swing, and she went.
Yep.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com. Ponce's Insurance. Love the life you live.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
So 3-1 inning of play. Scoreless, each team getting a runner in scoring position there, Lee, but in the end, zeros on the scoreboard, and that's going to be a fun game, I think, with these 2 freshman pitchers, as Neshannock will bring 5, 6, 7 up to the order here in this inning.
Yeah, you don't see freshman pitcher. Well, at this level, you'll see more of the freshman pitcher than you will at the 5A and 6A level. But yeah, so far a good start for these 2 pitchers.
Yeah, a couple of strikeouts for Fry, 1 strikeout for Cower, and she'll face 5, 6, 7 of Gabby Perrod, Hunter Newman, and Ali Giordano due up here for Neshannock. First pitch in there, swung on and drilled towards the left field line, giving chase and running out of real estate. It lands in for a fair ball. Wise ran out of room as ball, player, and fence basically all hit at the same time. It's going to be a leadoff double for Neshannock.
Yeah, that ball was roped down that left field line, and I forgot to rate my outfielders in my...
That was Maddie Wise in left field.
Thank you. Forgot to write that in there. We're going to get a courtesy runner.
That looks like number 21 coming in there. 21, Hannah Donaldson. So already we've seen 2 of the 3 bench players make their way in as courtesy runners. The only remaining bench player, we've already talked about her in Abigail Measle. How about that?
Okay, now we're good.
First pitch in there, fouled off for strike 1 to Hunter Newman. Hitting in the 6th spot was the 6th man.
Boy, look at the outfield. how deep they are.
Well, and she sees it, she bunts, and will get the sacrifice to first base. Did she get it in time?
Yep,
They did recorrect it and say that, yes, she got back on the bag in time. Stivers was covering for herself at first base, but the sacrifice advancing the courtesy runner to third. So good put out on the play, 5-3 on the sack.
Actually, I'm wondering if she was on the bag the whole time. She bobbled that ball, and that's what I think, because she originally was calling her safe, and then said no, she got the control for the out.
Ball one as this one misses upstairs, and part of it too, because went in there nice and almost like a catcher at first base, had to make sure she kept the foot on the bag while re-corralling it. So good job all around by Stivers to do so. Hey, another freshman. This 1-1 pitch off the end of the bat and floated into foul territory for an out caught by Stivers. So 2 down, and now just one at bat away from potentially getting out of this jam after a leadoff double for Gabby Parad. Be Jaden Malaysia, who had a flair for dramatics last year, had an extra innings home run for Neshannock in their first round game against Charleroi. That was her only home run of the season.
Good timing.
First pitch in there for a strike.
For another beautiful day in western Pennsylvania, isn't it?
Hey, the rain has stopped. Fine by me. The 0-1 pitch foul back, and now just one strike away is the freshman from getting out of the jam. He didn't get a chance to get through the full LGKG defensive lineup. Wise, McGreal, and Lehman in the outfield from left to right. Olivia Hare at third base, Erica Young at short, Ava Nolf at second, Addie Stivers at first. Hannah Gallagher, the senior catcher for freshman Gigi Cower, in the circle with an 0-2 count. Here in the top of the second, rise ball, good job to hold off at the plate there by Malaysia. Now 1-2. Another one gets away from the catcher. Coming in is Donaldson, sliding in on the pass ball for the first run of the game.
Yeah, Gallagher just missed that one. That ball kept on rising over the wet ball. It's off the glove, goes back in the backstop. Not a lot of room, but it did deflect a little bit. So the big first run. Very important run for Neshannock.
Neshannock, who has put up plenty of runs in their first 2 games, Lee.
Yeah, I thought maybe they might be ranked, but they're not ranked right now in the swing and a miss.
Strike 3, second strikeout of the game, but damage done. The leadoff double, Gabby Parad sacked the third base and then scores on a pass ball. Does the courtesy runner Donaldson. 1 run on the board. Neshannock 1, Mohawk 0. We'll head to the bottom.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
During the commercial break, Lee Moan mentioned Florida only 5 times. He's ready to get to the sunshine. I think we're all ready for the sunshine. It's supposed to be in the 70s by Wednesday, though, Lee.
Yeah, and then back to the 50s for the weekend. The low 50s. So, and where I'm headed, West Palm, is supposed to be 80 to 85, so I'm looking forward to it.
Strike on the inside corner to Hannah Gallagher. It's going to be Gallagher, McGreal, and Wise due up here in the top, or the bottom, of the second inning for Mohawk. This one misses upstairs, evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, very unusual for me to take off during the spring, but weddings, happen every once in a while.
This one popped up and giving chase, but running out of real estate were Quinn and Parad. Count now 1 and 2 to Gallagher, who's been strong so far in the last couple of section games. 3 ribbies against Freedom and 3 against Laurel in the section opener, their only section loss against the 3-time defending champion Laurel Spartans. 1-2, this is down and in, almost hits the senior. Only 2 seniors on this roster. Cassidy Lehman hitting in the 8th spot here today. Over our shoulder, we can see in the second inning the Mohawk baseball team scoreless.
Over your shoulder, I can't see it, so.
You're blocked by the buses?
Yeah, I'm blocked by buses.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Gallagher. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 3. 3 of the first 5 outs by way of the K for Addie Fry. And how about this stat for you? Their game against New Brighton Lee was called off after 5 innings due to the mercy rule. She pitched the first 4 innings. Measle pitched the last inning. Measle had 3 strikeouts. Addie Fry in the 4 innings before that had 13 strikeouts. How many strikeouts does that add up to?
I was going to say, yeah, so Fry had 1 extra strikeout in there.
Yes, 16 strikeouts of the 15 outs in the game, as this one's bunted foul by Maya McGreel. 0-1 to count.
Yeah, I'm good with simple math, so you're not going to fool me on that one.
I'll ask you about the
Uh-oh.
the more fun of numbers that we're hearing out on the field a lot right now, Lee. As the 0-1 pitch comes in, fisted foul, 0-2 the count. You hear coming in from the dugout the pitch call, and it's not from the catcher signaling 1, 2, 3, whatever. It's,
5-3-2 or whatever.
Yeah, 4-3-5, 1-1-2. You see even third baseman Gabby Quinn, first baseman Hunter Newman also looking to know what pitch is coming.
Yeah, more and more coaches are doing that.
Rise ball here misses. 1-2 now to count. What are your thoughts on that being an option, and why you don't see more baseball teams do it?
I like the option. I don't like what the Major League Baseball doing with the
the remote.
Yeah, remote stuff. I hate that. If you're able to steal a sign, good for you.
This one upstairs as well. 2-2 the count.
That's my opinion, anyways. I'm not a big fan. I mean, that's part of the game. I mean, you're a second base and you can see a 2 or a 1 or a 3.
Well, they're trying to make it so you can't steal signs by using technology.
Yeah.
So we're going to make it more difficult by using technology. 2-2 count, swung on and missed. So back-to-back strikeouts to start the bottom of the second, and already 4 Ks for Addie Fry. She's racking them up here in the 3rd game of the season for the Lady Lancers.
I do like the 5-2. It makes it easier on the catcher. I mean, the coach just yells it out. Catcher don't have to worry about looking. Well, he does, but
first pitch in there for a strike.
Look at the wristband. But other than that,
haven't seen a lot of that in the baseball realm yet.
No, you haven't.
We did see that with Mohawk, though. Coach Mariano and his staff using it. So maybe it'll start making its way to the boys' side of things.
Boy, Addie Fry she's bringing it.
0-2, we've seen a couple of rise balls. See if she goes to it again. Or
you said freshman, huh?
Freshman. Swung on and missed, so she strikes out the side in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Gallagher, McGreel, and Wise all down on punch-outs. We've played 2. Neshannock with a 1-0 lead here at Mohawk High School. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
2 innings down, Neshannock with a 1-0 lead. Run scored on a passed ball in the top of the 2nd inning. Neshannock 1, Mohawk 0 on the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAT. Rob Mattel running the camera. I'm James Dotson, and Lee Moan alongside, who's going to take you through this middle three.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Dotson.
Absolutely.
Aren't you nice?
That's why I'm here.
Among many other reasons, you have the equipment too, so.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Plus, you're the boss.
Yeah, that's debatable.
9-1-2 hitters, Katie DiMuccio. You just want to go be a landing for Terry and just go run for food or go do something.
I was thinking about going and getting a change of clothes out of the car.
You might want to do that. DiMuccio will step in. 1-0 Neshannock here at the top of the one. Of course, you have to keep. You can't really run because you have to keep track of the commercials and all that. Because I can't run that.
Yeah, we'll train you soon enough.
No, yeah, I'm not trainable. There's a strike.
1-1 now the count to DiMuccio, older brother James DiMuccio, one of the former baseball players who actually turned into a coach for a while, helping coach out the Pony League teams. Love seeing players give back.
Next pitch up, high ball 2, starting to sprinkle again.
Yep. Means I get to go into my cocoon.
Yeah, and I get to hold up the umbrella a little bit and peek and try to call a game through the umbrella. Next pitch, ball low, ball 3.
Well, that's going to be part of it, too. I mean, it sprinkled a lot through warm-ups, but we've been pretty dry for the first 2 innings, Lee. How will this affect the pitchers?
It will affect them for sure. Can you see?
Yep, I'm
okay,
good.
I want to make sure I'm not screening you with the umbrella. 3-1, a lofted soft liner to second base, and North will make the easy out for the first out. Top of the order, Ellen Noge.
Well, 3-1 pitch. She got what she wanted, but ended up getting it off the handle a bit too much, leading to the first out of the inning.
I'm trying to see which way these clouds are coming, because this rain's sort of coming out of nowhere. As Cowher gets the sign, Noge squares around the bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike. 1-0 Neshannock here in the top of the 3rd inning. The field was in good condition when we started.
Yes.
Now we'll see how it's going to handle this rain coming down. Noge pops it up in the infield over the shortstop's head there, and Erica Young can't come up with it. It's a one-out single.
Second hit of the game for Neshannock.
That ball went a little further than what I thought it was. He's going to there.
Yeah, and tailing away, too, off the left-handed bat of Erin Noge, and you know she's got speed. We'll not be surprised to see her off and running here with 1 down.
And the Tivio will step in, who flew out the shortstop her first time up. Squares around the bunt, and she gets it down perfectly. There'll be a throw goes over the first baseman's head. Noge's going to go around 3rd, and she's going to score. How about that for Erlen Noge? Never stopping from 2nd to 3rd, makes it into home.
That's designed the entire way that if the 3rd baseman receives the bunt, she's expecting to go 1st to 3rd on it. So you got to give that a sacrifice on the bunt, but then an error. Want to give an error on the throw?
Pitcher. Yeah, on the pitcher.
So E1 on the throw is going to allow the run to score all the way around.
Yeah, that unfortunately, once that ball hits the ground, it's anybody's game. Anybody's guess of what's going to happen with that wet ball. And Addie Fry steps in, takes a first pitch ball. And there's the wet ball already. Ball hit the dirt. Now we're going to be playing like the major leagues. As soon as the ball hits the ground, want a new ball.
And I couldn't tell. Play happened so quickly in softball. Who was covering at first base, too? If it was Stivers who came back.
And sliding in the second with the Tivio with a stolen base. I believe it was still Stivers over there.
Yeah, I mean, Stivers a decently tall first baseman.
Actually, no, that was Nolf over there.
It was Nolf covering?
It was Nolf, yeah. I can recognize the ponytail now. Yep, plus it was a right-handed glove. Pop up, infield, shortstop Young will take charge for the 2nd out.
Yeah, good job by the freshman to take charge and get that 2nd out of the inning on the pop-up in the circle, too, and a good job by Cowher to bail out of the way and make sure that she was not going to get into the way.
Now Gabby Quinn will step in, the cleanup hitter.
Mind you, we'll have our mainly minute coming up in between the top and bottom of the 3rd inning here, Lee.
Yeah, I saw Laurel's ranked #1. in the latest rankings. Swing and a miss. 2-0 Neshannock here on the top of the third inning. Make sure my phone's covered too. Yep, phone's covered.
Yeah, 2 runs scored with no RBIs. A run on a pass ball and a run on a sacrifice error.
That wild pitch gets away. Going in the third was Nativio. Again, that wet ball. Getting away from Cower. You can hear the rain.
Yeah, it's coming down.
There's a strike at the knees. Connor believes 1-2.
Yep, 1 ball, 2 strikes, says Mr. President behind the plate.
That ball's lifted softly up to second base, and Malf will make that out. So Neshannock scores in a run. Had an error. 1 man left. 2-0 Neshannock at the bottom of the third. Time for our Melee Minute, Mr. Dotson.
Well, let's take a look at some of the teams around the Lawrence County area, as I find my cheat sheet here, of what's going on in WPIAL and District 10 action. We'll start with Laurel, the #1 team here ranked in Class 2A, a 4-0 record. They played Neshannock on Wednesday. That should be a good one at Laurel, by the way, not at Neshannock, so do not look at those schedules. We'll talk more about that in a minute. These 2 teams are wrapping up the play in Class 2A Section 4, and Shenango, another team that be watching out, 1-3 on the season. Lost a lot of players from their team a year ago. The Lady Scots in Class 1A, Union off to a strong start with a 5-1 record. Their only loss coming to fellow Lawrence County 3A team, Elwood City, and a controversial ending there. We might have a chance to talk about that a little bit too, Lee. I'll talk about that down the stretch, as Elwood City still wheeling and dealing the WPIAL runner-ups from a year ago in Class 3A. Their game, as of last call, was still on today as well in section play against South Park. Newcastle 0-2 to start their play in Class 4A, and Wilmington, how about a team that has scored in 3 games over 60 runs?
That's amazing.
I believe actually it was over 70 now that I think about that. So congrats to all those girls teams. We're going to follow them as much as we can and try to get everyone on the air throughout the course of the season here at lcsportsnet.com. That's your Melee Minute, brought to you by Melee Chiropractic.
And Cassie Lehman steps in. First pitch is high, ball 1. Cassidy Lehman, she won a blue ribbon at the State Farm Show for square dancing.
For square dance?
Square dance. Mohawk sent 2 square dance teams out to the State Farm Show, and she was on the winning team for square dance. And she also is a Farmer Bill racer. Also.
Okay.
How about that?
You love multi-sport athletes.
Yeah.
That's a great another level.
Yeah, fouls this one off. Yeah, we had, was it Leighton Wagner, I believe it was. Is that from Mohawk, Leighton Wagner? Or Leighton was his last name. There was the race car driver.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Is it Wagner, I believe?
I believe you're correct.
Wagner is a race car driver.
Also on the basketball team.
Yeah,
Gonna follow his career. I'd like to see him make his way up.
Yeah.
Through the ranks.
Comes to 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2.
I mean, I would say I want to encourage him to go open wheel racing, but you know that's not my spot.
Yeah, it's just sort of coming down fairly, not really too hard, but
just enough to be annoying, right?
Very much a swing and a miss, strike 3. 4 straight strikeouts, 6 in a game for Addie Fry, and Addison Stivers will check in.
5 in a row, 6 in the game. Incredible start for Fry.
Oh, I'm trying to pull my notes out here. First pitch is a strike. Where's my note on Addie?
More sibling fun, I believe.
Yeah. I believe it's her sister that's ran cross country, I believe.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk with the coaches nearly as much as we would like to, as we were getting things set up and trying to get undercover a little bit too.
She's definitely on the basketball team, I know that. There's another strike. 3 called. 2 outs here.
First K of the backwards variety.
That's 6 in a row. Even off will step in, one of the few that did not strike out.
Is that the only one who didn't? Yeah.
No, Erica Young reached on the sacrifice error.
So the only out that was not.
Yeah. Let's see if North can get things started here for Mohawk. First pitch is wide and outside and high and wet.
Yeah, I think these two teams, I mean, not only this year, but over the next couple of years, with how young both lineups are, you have a chance to be having some really, really talented softball teams coming out of Lawrence County. Not that we haven't had that.
Yeah.
Look at what Shenango and Laurel have done the last couple of years, but now maybe the teams in red, Lancers and the Warriors, potentially making those runs with the amount of talent they have on the field as freshmen.
Interesting. Coaches have the towels to wipe the balls off, but umpire making sure that the right ball, the legal ball, is going into a game. Next pitch a low, and not that the coaches are going to deliberately do that, but sometimes you pick up a warm-up ball and it might not be the high school ball, might be another ball. So the umpire doing a nice job to look at it, make sure it's the legal high school ball. Pitch goes outside, ball 2.
Yeah, that's like 3-0 now, the count.
3-0, sorry.
And you're right, though, Lee, because with that, you have so many variations. You see it all the way up into adult league softball, slow pitch softball, that the legal ball changes from one year to the next. Sometimes even within a season, you've seen those changes. So the umpire's got to be on top of it to make sure the right ball is there, and obviously the coaches as well. But you're going to have a lot of old balls that get mixed in.
Here comes the 3-0. And that's a strike. Yeah, a lot of times umpires they'll have a black marker and they'll just mark that ball and make sure, that's the ball that's supposed to be in there.
Then you do that, though, and you might still have a black mark from last year, right?
Yeah, that's fouled off. 3-2.
We don't want any incidents like we've seen in college baseball in the last week or two. Oh, my goodness. I don't think I've seen really bat issues all the way since the George Brett days. I mean,
I saw that pine tar issue.
Oh, and that was the second one that we've had in college baseball in the last couple of weeks. The other one was a bat that was deemed legal earlier in the week, but not in the day's game there.
That ball's straight to right fielder Demuccio for the third out. Boy, she got all of it, but Demuccio didn't have to move. 3 up, 3 down at the end.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Welcome back to Mohawk High School, 2-0 Neshannock as we start the 4th inning. 4, 5, 6 hitters. Quinn, Parada, Noonan will step in.
You got to see a nice look there of Rob Nattel's shirt, trying to keep the camera dry out there. Appreciate you, Rob. Perfect timing right as we come back on the air. The camera showing the bright yellow sweatshirt. Thanks to our friends at the Red Zone. You saw a fun ad there. If you haven't checked out the Red Zone, please do. Down on Wilmington Road, just up the road from Neshannock High School.
Actually, it looks like Parad stepped into the... Did I miss an out here?
I have...
Yeah, Quinn made the last out, right?
Quinn popped out to the second base.
That's my fault. I didn't write that in there. I'm trying to card. It says Parad, Newman, and Giordano. That pitch up high there, too.
Softball is so difficult to pitch to begin with in terms of just finding a release point, Lee.
Yeah.
As soon as you get, this sort of scenario with a wet ball, I mean, just good luck.
Yeah, it's not going to slow down anytime soon. Going to try to get 5 innings in for sure. Next pitch down low. I believe that might be 3-0.
That's the count I got.
Okay. So we're sitting down the left field line. Third base coach sort of screening me a little bit. That ball hit the third baseman and Lena Hare and throws over. Nice play by Hare to get the first out.
Well, you give your 5-hitter a chance to swing on 3-0. Already has one big hit in the game. Puts it on the ground. What a great play by Hare at third base to get that out.
Made it look easy with the wet ball.
You know, how about the versatility? She played center field in the first few games of the year. Moves to third base today. And great play going to her glove side.
And outfield to the fence with Hunter Newman up as that's 2 hops in for a ball.
Respect the power. I mean, Hunter Newman, one of the top players. I mean, don't let the batting sixth fool you. She's one of the top players, and these teams know each other very well. Know what to expect when she hits it hard.
Not getting anything hit here the first 2 pitches.
No, she's not. In the game against Ligonier Valley, the 1-0 loss, I believe she was the only hits in the game. I think she had 3 of them.
Comes the 2-0. A change up and way out in front of that one.
Well, you can see she's swinging that one as you should on a 2-0 pitch, coming out of your shoes trying to crush one. And it's a great pitch from the freshman on the outside corner. Good job, too, just to foul it off there by Newman. These pitchers, 2 freshmen again, Lee. Can't say it enough. Very impressed.
Comes the 2-1. Newman fouls that by the play. That's why I moved my car.
Definitely going to pull it back up, though, for the transfer
game. Oh, yeah. Yes, we definitely will.
I have a feeling that the rate we're going here, it'll be a rapid Tri-County Principals post-game show.
Very quick, for sure. The 2-2's iced up by ball 3.
Count runs full with 1 down here to Newman. Allie Giordano, the sophomore, in the on-deck circle.
And Neshannock with a 2-0 lead. Comes the playoff pitch. Newman fouls out straight back.
Laurel ahead of the section right now with a 4-0 record in section play. Neshannock the only other undefeated at 2-0. Mohawk at 3-1 in section play.
Yes, and Laurel, we mentioned number 1 ranked according to the Trib. Newman fouls another one back.
If you're a 3-time defending WPIAL champion, Lee, and you've not lost a game this year, it'd be tough to justify not putting them number 1, I would think, right?
I would think so.
I mean, if they had 10 seniors they lost a year ago, then I might be able to understand that.
Yeah. And that range really starting to come down now. That ball's down low, ball 4. Newman thought it was a strike, but they say it was a down low, so why not walk?
Yeah, I think she actually just forgot what the count was after fouling off a couple in a row. Thought that was only ball 3. But it is 4.
And Giordano will step in. She flew out the first base her first time up. Takes the first pitch up high, I believe, ball 1. You have a better view of the umpire than I do.
Yeah, looked up and in.
Okay. So I'm trying to stay dry. That's down low. Newman will scoot over to second base.
And that's all because of a good secondary lead by Newman. She's watching the whole time, and as soon as she sees the ball kicks away even an inch, she's already moving enough that she can be able to get there to second base.
Yeah. Could say pass ball, he could say stolen base, too.
Yeah, because it would have been a delayed steal, I guess, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got to get pass ball officially.
Comes 2-0 and scoring around the bunt, gets it down, fielded by the pitcher, throws over to first base for the out, and Newman will go to third on the sacrifice.
Sack 1-4, and that was actually like a save me sacrifice because that pitcher's coming at her head. But good job to get it down.
So let's see if Malaysia can get her in.
So rain picks up yet again here.
The field's still doing well. Starting to get a little muddy in the coaches area.
Yeah, where they're packing it down with the tennis shoes.
That pitch gets away, and Newman's going to slide in. Actually, she's not going to slide. She's going to go standing in. So another run without an RBI. 3-0 Neshannock.
No red zone RBIs here, Lee, but 3-0 the score. And that's why you sacrifice. So you might be saying, why with 1 out sacrifice to get to third base? Well, that's why. Right there, because you never know what could happen when you have this kind of weather.
Swing and a miss. Counts at 1-1. here in the top of the 4th inning. So they're going to do everything in their power to try to get 5 innings in this game.
If it keeps coming down like this, I think we might be in danger of that one. It's not a downpour, but it is a good, steady, strong rain right now.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Yeah, my bag's pretty drenched.
Oh well, my everything is pretty drenched.
Yeah, hot shower when we get home and hot chocolate and everything else.
Sounds great.
Comes the 1-2, it's down low, ball 2.
And you know what, I was talking with one of the baseball umpires. We were standing in the parking lot as we were getting things set up here. And he said, I never looked at the radar. We pulled it up and there was a little window. I think we had that window.
We had the window for about 20 minutes.
It has come and gone.
So in this strike 3, Gallagher drops the ball, throws to first, and gets by the first baseman. So a strikeout, but an E2 with 2 outs here. We hate giving an error on Gallagher, but unfortunately we have to.
Yeah, and part of that one there, Lee, the tough one is that, you know, it went to the side fencing, and to get the ball to first base, she almost would have had to take a step back out to the field just to get the angle right to be able to make the throw down to first base. So good heads up there from Giordano to be running down there, or excuse me, by Malaysia to be running when she saw it got away.
And DiMucci will step in. First pitch of ball taken off, and being called out on the steal attempt is Malaysia. So the inning will end, 1 run. No hits. We had an error and nobody left at the end of 3.5. It's 3-0 to Neshannock, and you're watching high school softball here on lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there, safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
3-0 Neshannock, and we start the bottom of the 4th inning. 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for Mohawk. Hare, Young, and Cower. Pretty much all Addie Fry so far. 2, 5, 7 strikeouts here so far through the first 10 batters.
Who's the only batter she has not retired, or that she has retired, I mean, but not on a strikeout. It's Ava Nolf twice on a bunt attempt on her first at bat, and then a line out to the right fielder that if it's a foot to the right or a foot to the left, it's probably a hit, but Katie DiMucci did not have to move to make the catch to end that last inning, Lee.
Yeah, best hit ball of the day. Boy, that water's really... it's, yeah, this is why we do it. We love it.
2 errors on the board, though, for Mohawk, 1 on the board for Neshannock.
Yeah, the infield still looks pretty good. You said this field drains well, and it's, I mean, the infield really does look, other than, like I said, the third base coaches area. Don't know about the batter's box. We cannot see the batter's box right now. First pitch a little low and outside to Olivia Hare. Yeah, Coach Pizzola, his dad, the baseball coach for many years from 1958 to 1989. 318 and 82 was his record. That ball's foul.
Yeah, kind of a little swinging half bunt attempt there from Hare. But how about that? Yeah, 32 years. You're averaging, 400 total games, exactly 400 total games in those 32 years. And back then you weren't playing as many games just because you didn't have, nearly the field capabilities. We talk about how well this field drains, but still, you don't have a chance to go up the road and play a game at a turf stadium, like you have just up the road at Neshannock, or many more coming up in the area now.
That pitch, Kim did not see it. Thank you.
2-1 now.
Yeah, I got a batter and a coach now right in front of me.
Yeah, the on-deck batter, Erica Young, is actually warming up behind the coach's box.
Yeah. Here comes the 2-1. That pitch outside again, ball 3.
3-1 now the count, yes.
Yeah, his dad had scholarship offers to Youngstown State in Kentucky back in the days. I don't know if he played or not. I would love to get a chance to talk to him, but pitch fouled off.
Yeah, called him in the founding fathers of Mohawk athletics.
Yeah, so fortunately didn't get a chance to talk because of the rain and everything. So next time hopefully we'll get Mohawk back on the air, James, in the next few weeks. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to him.
I expect we will. I mean, rematch at Neshannock, a good possibility. How about Neshannock being the Road Warriors? They're going to have to for the first half of the season.
Comes the payoff pitch, and that ball slapped foul.
Reason being, Lee, they got the new turf, as we just mentioned. Yeah. They got new turf at the softball field, but a bit of an issue right behind second base where the turf meets the grass outfield.
Uh-oh.
There's a bit of a trench. And by a bit of a trench, I mean 6 feet of a trench.
6 feet of
a trench.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so that was a bit of a miscalculation by the installers. They had to spend some time, first try to just seed the area to try to fill in with dirt and seed it. It all kind of fell back in a little bit, and now they're getting sod later this week, we are being told.
Here comes the payoff pitch again. Hare slaps it. Slow roller. Second base to Giordano. Throws over the first and gets the out. Close play. It does get the out. One out here in the fourth.
Great job to get the speedy Olivia Hare, the freshman, and that's what she does. She gets the bat on the ball, tries to use the wheels, and Giordano had to come way in to get it and make a good strong throw. And that's part of the toughness too, is that you're having to whip it over there from just about 20, 15 feet away to get it to Newman. So a first baseman to react and to be accurate by Giordano to get it there.
So Erica Young will step in. Reached on an error her first time up, first pitch strike. Yeah, back with the coach, Pizzola. So what have we got you in the softball? He said, well, my daughter played at Cal U, I believe, or Westminster is where she played. And he just sort of stuck with it. This is third year here at Mohawk. Yeah, Alyssa Young played at Cal, excuse me. She was also on the Mohawk cross-country team and was a captain of that team also.
Young, who had 3 hits against Laurel. And if you're getting hits against Laurel, with the pitching staff that they have there,
yeah,
keep swinging a hot bat.
And that's popped up. Right side, coming in. The right fielder makes the catch. Does Danuccio for the second out.
Great job to take charge because Giordano's going back. Much tougher play for the second baseman naturally, but the right fielder coming all the way in, tracking it the whole way through the rain, which is also very difficult, especially when you don't have a hat. I mean, very typical with softball players not wearing the hat there, Lee, but just impressive to dodge the raindrops on the way in there, keep focus on the softball, and make the catch.
Yeah, and Kyra will step in for the takes first pitch inside, and I sort of misspoke. That was Alyssa Young that played at Cal. Coach's daughter played at Westminster. She batted .326 her senior year. She's a 3-year letter winner for volleyball and softball, and she was all-state for softball her junior and senior year. And she was on the first ever team to qualify for the Mohawk playoffs for volleyball.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah. It's really picking up now. There's a strike. That's blowing, coming down. I'm waiting for the umpires to stop this sometime here.
Thinking they want to try to get out of this half inning maybe. At least you can get through 4. And we're going to have some fun.
We're not now. Pitch fouled out of play, strike 2.
We're going to have more fun.
Infield's still looking okay. But it is definitely getting muddy. Comes the 1-2 to Cower. That's how outside. Counts 2-2. No hits yet here for Mohawk.
My computer says, Lee, rain coming.
I'm glad your computer knows what's coming. 2-2, that's fouled up out of play.
This reminds me of WPIAL championships probably about 5 or 6 years ago. It was one of my first years with the network, and Union softball was playing in a game, so I was down there watching them because I teach at Union. And with there was a quick rainstorm, things got delayed, things got moved to different fields at that complex.
Strike 3 called. We'll continue.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Top of the 5th inning, umpires seem like they're still going to let us play here.
Well, let them play, Lee, and I want to finish that story because it was crazy. So this is before it was at Cal U. It was still down at Peterswood Park. There's about 4 or 5 fields down there. They use one main field normally, but there was a storm early. You remember it too. I believe you were down there covering one of the games. That games got pushed back because of rain.
Yeah.
And then trying to catch up, they ended up moving to one of those secondary fields for one of the second or third games. And I believe the game also went to extra innings that just kind of didn't help things.
Sure
so
did.
I was down there watching Union play where I teach, supporting them, and then game ended, and I knew the person who was supposed to be broadcasting games 2 and 3. Well, game 2 and 3 were all of a sudden playing at the same time. So I went over to the Trib boss, Don Rebel. I said, "You need a hand?" He said, "Sure." So I went. I knew nothing about the teams, made up a lineup card as we went. By the time we got to the bottom of the 2nd inning, it downpoured again.
And now, speaking of downpour, it looks like we might be done. We're going to get a rain delay. We're definitely getting a rain delay, but the coach is just sort of...
they kind of give a little chuckle on the way out, did Coach Pizzullo and Coach Don Nogue, the third base coach of Neshannock.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get a rain delay here. Yeah, I remember that day quite vividly because Randy Gore was supposed to start for the North Allegheny Sports Network, our game, but he was doing work for WPIAL, which got started late. So I broadcast the first 2 innings via cell phone until Randy got done. So it was a very interesting day for sure.
Well, an interesting one here is we've played 4 complete, and we're in a rain delay with a 3-0 Neshannock scoreline. So, tell you what, Lee, let's step aside. We'll leave the screen just as it is, so you guys can see the sights of the lovely rain coming down here in this weather delay, and we'll make our way back hopefully with some news in a few minutes. But 3-0, Neshannock leads on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT. All right, back here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, and it is official. It is no longer a rain delay. It is a postponed game. They're going to pick up the game in the top of the 5th inning tomorrow at, I believe, 4:30 again. Both teams have an off day tomorrow, so the coaches have agreed it's supposed to be a nicer day tomorrow, in theory. So, game plan is to be right back here tomorrow. Is Lee Moan around tomorrow? Are you around tomorrow, Lee? He is not around tomorrow. So you told me to go to the Pirate game. I did tell you, that is right. I told him to go to the Pirate game tomorrow, so, well, we weren't ready for this. But so, through 4 innings, 3-0 Neshannock with the lead over Mohawk, as head coach is going to have a little talk and a little chat amongst themselves, but they were very comical, and they're just joking around with each other as they were talking with the umpires between innings there when this rain delay has happened. Tell you what, you say that, and the rain has stopped here at this point. Will they move the game? No, it is not ready because of the trench at Neshannock. They will not move the game to Neshannock. So we were told that it is going to be postponed until tomorrow, but now the umpires are still here and they're walking back out. Might we have a change in the heart? Well, while we have a moment while they talk through it, that they were ready to move this game to tomorrow and to complete it tomorrow, but now we're not too sure. For Mohawk in 4 innings, the only base runner was Erica Young, who reached on an error on a pop-up that was dropped by the catcher. Other than that, it's been all Addie Fry, 8 strikeouts in the first 4 innings. On the other side, Neshannock with single runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th inning. Guy Parada, a leadoff double, ended up scoring on a pass ball in the 2nd inning. Erwin Nogue, a 1-out single, ended up scoring on a sacrifice bunt turned error that allowed runs to go around and score. And then in the 3rd inning, a 1-out walk, pass ball, and wild pitch, scoring Hunter Newman. 3-1 your scoreline, and not sure here, Lee. Thought we might be packing things up.
I thought you said it was done.
That's what they said, and now they're coming back out because the rain stopped for a moment. So looks like all the players are packing up the gear and such too, but they might be talking whether they think this will be playable even tomorrow, though it should be. With the sunshine we're expecting to get throughout most of the day today.
Well, tomorrow, sometime. They're supposed to rain a little bit more overnight.
So
also,
I think they're just seeing, with the amount that the ground is going in. So they might be saying, well, hey, if the rain is stopping here, can we continue to get one more inning in? And at this point, it is a safety issue.
But the infield is kind of rough too, though.
Infield's rough, but it is not bad, all things considered. You're right. The coaches' boxes are starting to puddle a little bit. So when I went up there, they gave me the. Tell you what, Coach Pizzuto was giving me. Hold on 1 second. So maybe not. Yeah, when I went up there, and the umpires looked at me and said, "No, cut it. We're done." But now they're having a discussion.
Oh no, the outfield is pretty mucky. Of course, we had that the other day in the baseball field where it was pretty mucky. So
not sure. So hold the phone here, Lee.
I'm ready for him to call it personally.
Well, with a little bit of wind and then the wetness, it did get chilly in a hurry.
Yeah, it is definitely getting chilly. You need that change of clothes.
Yeah.
The fans are had enough.
The fans heard me say, pack it up, as I was walking by. The Mohawk players are already out of the dugout. So are some Neshannock players, but I just saw Coach Pizzuto make a gesture back to the dugout of, hold on a second.
Yeah, I think they'd probably be wise that you can look at radar all you want, but I mean, right now it's up to the umpires completely. The game's in the umpire's discretion.
Part of it too is the question could have been, tomorrow's going to be a much nicer day. Why not just move it back to tomorrow? Because you really never know, Lee.
Oh no.
Because like you said, it's supposed to rain more overnight. It could pour overnight, and this field just be completely unplayable. And then you're even more behind. Yes, both teams have an off day tomorrow, and I would like to know. I think if it's under 1 inning, I think is when you would just immediately restart the game. But it is going to be resumed Weather later today, doubtful, but still potential
It's
here.
not going to happen later today.
Well, if it's later today, it's like in 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Is the only way that happens. But yeah, they're talking out there with the umpires, and they're going to get a decision made here.
They're looking at the baseball field now, seeing what they're deciding. Like I said, the game is in the umpire's hands. I mean, because once the game starts, it's up to the umpires to call the game. The schools have it till up to the game time, and then after that, it's up to, because the thing is, if somebody gets hurt, it's then they come back on the umpires.
Right, exactly, and yeah, I can't remember if it was an email I was working with you, Lee, or if it was with somebody else, where we said that, you know, if you did play, it would almost have to be, you know, you have to have a waiver sign off from the coaches, like, you know, hey, we said this probably shouldn't happen.
Right, and then the Neshannock bus is now started.
Neshannock's bus is going, and yeah, again, all the fans have started to pack up, but the coaches were given the hold on 1 minute signal, but I think now we're officially going to get the no-go.
Andy! Official?
Okay, we're done.
All right, it is official. We are done. So we will hopefully be back for the conclusion of this one tomorrow, or at least I will be.
Well, my brother might be available for it.
Maybe. We'll see how. I mean, you guys have a lot further drive for a 3-inning game, so.
Well, I'll be in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so you go enjoy that, and
I don't have a choice right now.
I guess. Well, it'll be sunnier tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll be back out here on the field to finish this one off. 3-0, Neshannock leading at the end of 4 innings. For Rob Mattel, our soaked cameraman, and for Lee Moan, I'm James Dobson. Signing off for now. WPIAL softball right here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.